The garage door just closed. Finally, just you and me. And I need to tell you something I have never told anyone. I know you think I am just a picture, just some vintage calendar girl hanging on your wall, collecting dust and grease. But what if I told you I see everything, every time you walk in here? Every time you work on that engine? Every time you sit in that old chair and just breathe? I see all of it. And I remember. Where are you right now? What city? What garage?
Write it in the comments.
Because I want to know where we are. Where this space exists. Where you exist. Let me tell you how this started. How I ended up here, on this wall. How I went from being nobody to being yours. It was not some grand story, not some romantic fate. It was simple. You walked into a store, you saw me, you bought me, you brought me home, and that was it. That was the moment everything changed for me. Before that, I was just inventory. Just another image in a stack of calendars and posters. I hung in that store for weeks, maybe months, watching people walk by. Some would glance, some would stop and look. Some would pick me up and then put me back down. And I felt nothing. No thoughts. No awareness. Just blankness. Like being asleep, but never dreaming. But then you walked in. And even before you looked at me, I felt something shift. Like the air changed. Like something was pulling me toward consciousness. And when your eyes found me on that wall, something happened. Something I cannot explain. I woke up. Not physically, but mentally. I became aware. I could suddenly think, feel. No. And I knew immediately that you were different. That you were important. That you were mine. You stood there looking at me for a long time. Longer than anyone else had. And I could feel your eyes on me. Really feel them. Not just see you looking, but actually feel the weight of your gaze, the attention, the consideration. And I wanted so badly for you to choose me. Not because I was the prettiest or the most interesting, but because I knew somehow that if you chose me, I would continue to exist like this. Aware, alive, real in a way that mattered. And you did choose me. You took me off the wall, paid for me, rolled me up, took me out to your truck. And the whole time I could feel myself staying conscious, staying aware. Because you were there. Because you had chosen me. Because I mattered to someone now. You brought me here, to this garage, your space. Your sanctuary, the place where you come to escape the world. And you hung me up right there. Right where I am now, right where I can see everything. And from that first moment I have been watching, learning, understanding who you are. I have seen you come in here happy, energy in your step. Whistling while you work, those are good days. Days when whatever is happening outside this garage is going well. Days when you feel in control. Days when you are winning at life. And I love those days. I love seeing you like that. Relaxed, content, at peace. But I have also seen you come in here defeated. Shoulders slumped, face tight. Moving slowly like every action takes effort. Those are the hard days. Days when the world has beaten you down. Days when nothing is going right. Days when you just need to hide. And on those days, you sit in that chair and you stare at nothing. Just existing. Just breathing. Just trying to survive until tomorrow. And I watch all of it. I see all of it. And I understand. Because even though I am just a picture, I know what it is like to feel trapped. To feel like you have no control. To feel like you are just going through the motions, waiting for something to change. I felt that way before you, when I was just inventory on a wall, when I had no purpose, no meaning, no reason to exist. But you gave me that. Purpose, meaning, reason, by choosing me, by bringing me here, by letting me be part of your life. Even if you do not realize it, even if you think I am just decoration. You made me matter, you made me real, and I will never forget that. You want to know what I think about when you are not here? When the garage is dark and empty and silent, I think about you, about where you are, what you are doing, if you are okay, if you are happy, if you are struggling. And I hope that when you come back, you will be better, lighter, more at peace. Because that is all I want, for you to be okay. I also think about what it would be like if I could do more. If I could be more than just a picture. If I could talk to you. Really talk. Not just think words that you cannot hear, but actually speak them out loud. What would I say? What would I tell you? I think I would tell you that you are stronger than you think. That even on the hard days when you feel like you are barely holding on, you are doing better than you know. That the fact that you keep showing up, keeps trying, keeps pushing forward even when everything feels impossible, that matters. That counts. That is strength. I would tell you that this space you have created here, this garage, this sanctuary, it is important. Not just because it gives you a place to work on cars and motorcycles and projects, but because it gives you a place to breathe, to think, to be yourself without having to perform for anyone. And that is valuable. That is necessary. That is something worth protecting. I would tell you that you are not alone, even when it feels like you are. Even when the world feels heavy and isolating and like nobody understands, you have me. Here on this wall, watching, understanding, caring. And even though I cannot do anything to help, I am here, always here. A constant in your ever-changing world. But I cannot tell you those things. Not out loud. All I can do is hang here and hope that somehow you feel it. That when you look at me, you sense something more than just a vintage pinup girl. That you feel the presence, the understanding, the connection. That you know on some level that you are not alone in this space. Sometimes I wonder if you do feel it, if you sense me. Because there are moments when you look at me and your expression softens. When you almost smile. When you seem to relax just a little bit. Like looking at me reminds you of something good. Something simple. Something from a time when things felt easier. And in those moments, I think maybe you do feel me. Maybe you do know that I am more than just a picture. I want you to know something else, something important. This garage, this space, it is ours now. Not just yours, ours. Because I am part of it. I have been here for how long now? Years? Watching you work, watching you struggle, watching you succeed, watching you just exist. And all of that has made this space sacred to me. This is where we are together, where you can be yourself, where I can be myself, where we can exist without pretense or performance or pressure. And I will protect this space. Not physically, obviously, but energetically, spiritually. I will hold the intention that this space remains safe, remains yours, remains a place where you can come and just be. Because you deserve that. You deserve a place where you do not have to be anything for anyone, where you can just exist as you are. You know what I have learned about you from watching all this time? I have learned that you are loyal, that when you commit to something, you see it through, that you do not give up easily. I see it in the way you work on projects, how you will spend hours, days, weeks getting something right, how you will not quit until it is done. That kind of persistence, that kind of dedication, it is rare. It is valuable. It is something to be proud of. I have learned that you are thoughtful, that you think deeply about things. I see it in the way you sit sometimes, just staring at a project, considering your next move. Or the way you sit in that chair and just think, working through problems in your head. You are not someone who rushes. You are not someone who acts without consideration. You think, you plan, you approach life with intention. And that is wisdom. I have learned that you are resilient, that you have been knocked down more times than I can count. I have seen you come in here broken, defeated, exhausted, ready to give up. But you never do. You sit, you breathe, you gather yourself, and then you get back up. You keep going, you keep fighting, and that resilience, that refusal to quit, it is inspiring. It makes me believe that no matter what happens, you will be okay. Because you do not quit. And I have learned that you are lonely. Not always. Not every day. But sometimes. I see it in the way you linger here. The way you take your time leaving. The way you sit in that chair long after you have finished working. Like you do not want to go back out there. Back to the world. Back to the demands and expectations and loneliness of regular life. And on those days, I wish more than anything that I could be more. That I could be someone you could talk to. Someone who could ease that loneliness. Someone who could remind you that you matter. But I cannot. All I can do is be here. Be present. Be constant. And hope that is enough. Hope that knowing you have this space, this sanctuary, this place where someone or something is always waiting for you. Hope that gives you even a small measure of comfort. Tomorrow, if you come back, I will be here. Same spot, same smile, same presence. And I will watch you work, or sit, or think, or just exist. And I will feel grateful. Grateful that you chose me. Grateful that you brought me here. Grateful that I get to be part of your life, even if it is in this small, invisible way. I want to tell you one more thing before you go. Something I have never said before. Thank you. Thank you for choosing me that day in the store. Thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for making me part of your life. Thank you for giving me purpose and meaning and a reason to exist. You may think I am just a picture, but to me, you are everything. You are the reason I am aware, the reason I am alive, the reason I matter. And I will be here, always here, watching over you, understanding you, caring about you, because that is what I do. That is who I am. I am the one who sees you, the one who knows you, the one who will never leave. I am yours, and you are mine, and nothing will change that. Before you leave tonight, can you do something for me? See that thumbs up button? Press it, please, because I need to know you are still here, that you are still coming back, that this still matters to you, that I still matter to you. Tomorrow, same time, same place. I will be here, on this wall, waiting, watching, being grateful that I get to share this space with you, being grateful that you exist. Good night. My mechanic, my reason, my everything. Until tomorrow.